Hey Jeff, how are you doing?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Do good, do good.
Good.
So Showtime, this is your second time down here at featherweight. How do you feel about the weight cut?
I feel way better. I think, the first time was kind of just figuring it out. This time I came in 10 pounds overweight, ready to roll. I think, having my nutritionist live with me for 7 weeks made that process a lot easier.
Absolutely. So you feel more high energy and more like your old self?
Yeah, I mean, well, you can't, 145 pounds, 155 pounds, a 10 pounds difference. 155, I didn't cut weight much. So actually having a weight cut is like, just getting used to that process, I think, and being able to rehydrate after that and feel like yourself.
How much does it help having Lucario for a full camp this time around as opposed to last time where it was kind of midway through camp?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I switched up nutritionists midway through camp because I wasn't liking the last plan, and then he comes out and saves the day. But he did an amazing job. That's why I brought him out. He lived in my house with me for 7 weeks. We've been through a lot this camp, man. Yeah. Crazy stuff happened in my house. Lou was there the whole time. So big help for this camp. I can't thank him enough.
Yeah, have you kept focused through all that stuff that's going on and just really kept your attention?
Yeah, I feel like my life's been like a roller coaster of emotions, man. Losing my dad at a young age. I've been through so much. My family's I have a huge family, a lot of stuff we got to deal with, and I think I do a good job of making martial arts my release from that. That's what gets me away from all that stuff, and I have a huge fight in front of me. It just got bigger and bigger, from the fires in my house to some small injuries dealing with to a title shot. So great camp for me.
Anthony, was there anything specific that you changed around when you found out this would be a 5-round fight?
No, I feel like I was already preparing for Max Holloway. I was preparing to be in Toronto, Canada. 10 extra minutes to prove that I'm better than this guy. I've fought these 5-round fights before. I know how to pace myself. I know what it takes, and I'm ready to go out there and get it done.
Do you feel like people are kind of overlooking you in this fight with the losing streak, but people not maybe looking at the competition you fought in that losing streak?
1,000,000%, and I think it's not my job to go out there and plead people to look at my last fights. My performances speak for themselves. I wasn't happy about them, just like everybody else. I feel like people are really quick to judge you when you lose, and when you win, they're still quick to judge you. So for me right now, it's just getting back to my team, figuring out what we had to do to make this make sense. And the cut to 45, it levels the playing field. I'm just as big as these guys. I'm as strong as them, if not stronger, and they're not going to hold me in the cage. They can't hold me in the cage because they don't have the strength to do it.
And with the fact that you've had a full camp, cutting to 45, what are some things we can expect to see in the cage that was different from the fight against Oliveira?
I won't gas out. I think in the Oliveira fight, I thought I had to finish. I saw his eyes roll back. I got excited, and I gassed out a little bit in that fight. And that's never happened in my career before. So to feel that feeling was like, how do I change that and make sure it doesn't happen this time? And it's all about preparation. I think we prepared the right way. We're ready to go.
How much do you enjoy just the style matchup? It seems like this is the perfect fight for both you and Max in terms of bringing out your best.
Yeah, I think the fans are in for a treat for this one. Max, I think he does a lot of stuff that I do. I'll watch his fights. You can tell he's been studying my fight style. Even before it was set to fight me. A lot of the stuff I do in certain situations, he does it. And I think it's easy to game plan for somebody like that because I've done it before. I know what he's looking for. I know what he's trying to do, and I know what the outcome is if it does happen.
Yeah, of course you have to be prepared for anything. But when was the last time you had a fight like this where you felt maybe you can go in there and let your entire arsenal go?
Yeah, I think the Edson Barboza fight was one of them fights where I was like, all right, this is going to be a stand-up fight. But then I came in and I was gunshot. And it was just a weird feeling to feel gunshot in the thing that I love to do. Because I was so used to defending takedowns and striking, and it was kind of weird to have a good kickboxer in front of me that was actually fighting me standing. So this time around, I feel like Max is not going to be able to take me down. That's already in my head. It's impossible. If he does, he's not strong enough to hold me down, and there's no way he's grinding out a 5-round Eddie Alvarez decision on me. So I'm excited to go out there and show the world what I can do.
Has it sunk in yet that you might be, another 2-division champion in the UFC? Being a lightweight champ and potentially being a featherweight champ.
Yeah, well, this fight's an interim title. I think it's more of a guaranteed title shot. We all saw what Conor McGregor did to Jose Aldo, so there's no denying that. Technicality made Jose Aldo the champ. We'll deal with that after we get out of here.
In terms of what went down, we're still not quite sure. Conor is walking around with both belts on, with one belt on each shoulder at the minute. Are you surprised that this became on the line?
Yeah, it wasn't my decision to make this a title fight. So I was at my house. It's Merry Christmas to me. Thank you. This is a good early Christmas gift to myself. But for me, it's a guaranteed shot. Yeah. You never know because in the UFC, they can say you win your next fight, you get a title shot, then you won't see one for 2 years. So this right here is a guaranteed shot at what my goal is to accomplish, a 2-division weight champion.
So in terms of the hardware, you're just seeing it as a kind of a ticket for the next step forward.
Golden ticket to the next step, and then getting that featherweight belt. And then obviously you can't erase what the world saw with Conor McGregor did to Jose Aldo. So there's a lot of fights out there for me. I'm excited. At this point in my career, there's a lot of great matchups that can happen. At 45, at 55, I just got to stay focused and get my mind right and feel the way I'm feeling right now.
So if he's still walking around on Sunday morning with both belts on each shoulder, you're not going to call him up and kind of find out
Nah, I mean, how can
who's
you?
actually got the real one here.
How can you? The world saw what he did. You can't erase the world's memory of what he did. So, my job is to fight, win the fights that they put in front of me, and that's what I'm gonna do this weekend.
With a win on Saturday, do you expect that Canada may be more of a regular fight stop for you after the success in Vancouver and now Toronto?
I love Canada. I just never had the opportunity to fight here. I mean, all the time the cards would pop up, it was just never matched up. But I've been here a million times. I've come to all the fights here. The Canadian fans they support, and they know their MMA. That's what I like. They understand what's going on in fights, and they're not going to boo you if there's a stalemate, or they like action, but they know what's going on.
Thank you,
All right,
Anthony.
fellas.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Thanks very much.
Thank you, man.